Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Vol Ages, HollywoodShono here. A little bit under the weather, about to give you a tech review video on the DomyFan 15.6-inch touchscreen monitor. Now, as you can see right here, I can touchscreen the monitor and put stuff off, and we have no issues with that. One of the cool things about this monitor is the fact that it has a 360-degree swivel right here, which you guys can see. And I also like that it has a little tablet mode with two hinges to keep the tablet upright, which is great if you're using this as a keyboard. So you can see right here, that's what it looks like. And this hinge is amazing. Like, it is not going anywhere because it's solid aluminum. It's also got rubber feet down here and on the bottom. And you can even retract it whatever angle you need. It's a very great monitor, and one that I highly recommend to everybody. Now, as you can see, this monitor is 1920 by 1080p, and I am using this outside, so there is a lot of reflection and glare, but the panel itself does look pretty good. If we're compared to the Galaxy Book Ultra, which has a lot of glare, the DomyFan actually shows my face quite a bit better, so it's a little bit more reflection on it, whereas the Samsung blocks it out a little bit. But again, if you're using this in a dark area, you're not going to have a lot of reflection. I'm outside, so this could be a little bit biased, and I'm currently doing this review at 5:45 in the afternoon. And you can see the phone, I'm using the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Touchscreen functions obviously work very well. There, Discord has popped up. Discord is gone. We're going to open up a folder. We're going to open up the Microsoft Store, and you can see all the touch functions work. It does have 10-point multi-touch, so if you need to drag something, so let's take this GeForce Experience, drag it all the way over here, and let's go drag it over back, and works really well. No problem whatsoever. Touchscreen is great on this monitor. Definitely like it. Now, it does have a little bit of a bezel on the bottom, and I don't mind a little bezel on the bottom, especially because of the viewing angles. So you just have to adjust it so the viewing angle is perpendicular to the monitor. This is a 16:9 monitor, and I'm a huge fan of 16:9 because 16:10, some people prefer it. I'm a 16:9 guy. Now, as far as the sound comparison goes, this is what the monitor sounds like. And this is a monitor sound on my Galaxy Book Ultra. Once again, the monitor. And my laptop. The advantage, obviously, for having a quieter monitor is if you try not to disturb people. Obviously, one counteract to that is just turn it down, and you get the same effect. So my monitor at 24 gets what this gets at 100. Again, if you don't need really loud audio, this is fine. Your laptop probably can handle this just fine. And he is better than you. Okay, so now we are indoors comparing both of the monitors, and the difference is quite a bit smaller when you compare it. Obviously, this is an AMOLED screen, this is an IPS LCD panel. The panel on the Galaxy Book Ultra looks to be about 30 to 40 nits brighter. However, the color accuracy is not that far off. Yes, you could tell the white lines here are way more visible than this, which appears more orange, but it's not that bad. I can confirm one USB-C cable right here will affect the touch. So you can touch on Discord right here and it connects. And I have both monitors connected separately. You can still drag and drop everything. You don't need the HDMI cable. You can use USB-C. However, I've noticed you have to actually use USB-C on a laptop. You cannot use USB-C attached to a third-party peripheral like a Razer laptop stand. You have to connect it directly, and then you can use one cord to the monitor. That is a huge positive, because I thought you had to connect a whole bunch of dongles. Turns out you don't have to do that, which is sweet. Now, you are still going to get a lot of glare, as you can see my reflection in the screen. And even on the Galaxy Book Ultra, you're going to see a little bit of a glare, but it's not as prominent. So there isn't much anti-reflective coating on either one. But let me assure you that the quality of the actual screen is not that bad on this monitor. It's actually pretty good. If you compare to the colors here, it's not that far off. outside there's a significant difference. The Galaxy Book looks way better than this monitor. This monitor is not meant to be used outdoors. Use this monitor indoors. Now I'm going to also test this with a Surface Pro 7 because it has a USB-C port. If I could connect directly to the USB-C port with this monitor, that's going to be amazing because then you can have two monitors on the go. And just so you guys can see, this does work on a Surface Pro 7 using the USB-C port. I'm really impressed by that. Now you can actually see the colors look better on this monitor than on the Surface Pro 7. Although the Surface Pro 7 is going to have significantly less glare than this monitor right here, although you can't see it as well with this blue background. There is a lot less glare from the Surface Pro 7. So very happy to report that this does work with this. You have an extra monitor, and the touch also works on it. So really impressed with that. Everything is going great with it. And we're going to tap the screen here. Tap Firefox. Firefox opens up from here. So all the touch from here works on here. The only gripe I have with this is that the cable is like 2 feet. I feel that you should be able to have a 10-foot cable, even if it's from DomyFan, as an extra accessory. That way you can place your monitor on the desk and you can put this monitor somewhere else and it'll just give you more workflow. I wish that was an option, even if they made that an additional separate purchase. But very happy to report the Surface Pro 7 also works with this, as it just died. Now when you try to connect the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, this monitor unfortunately will not work on it. So I don't know if the port actually just needs a little bit of a power supply. We can test that right now and see if it works. Okay, and by plugging something into the power supply, it still looks like no difference in change. So you cannot use this monitor with a Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. I'm going to test this now with two more devices, the iPad Pro, Steam Deck, and as a bonus, Nintendo Switch. You can see no signal, so this does not work. This does not support Thunderbolt, which is a big deal. So it's a slower transfer on this Galaxy. Now for some reason it detected an Arabic keyboard, I'm not sure why. But you can see this one, however, does work with an iPad Pro because it supports Thunderbolt 4. So you can actually use this monitor as a second monitor for an iPad. Now why would you want to do this? If you have multiple people over, say you're having a barbecue and you're watching a movie, you can have two separate monitors do two separate things. And the good news is you don't need a separate power connect. Actually, you might. We're about to find out right now. I want to say you don't. I just unplugged the USB-C cable, so we'll see if it still works, and it does. So it made it a separate screen. But you can even see that the iPad has a pretty good screen. But I don't know why Stage Manager is on. It's two separate things. But here you can see the iPad screen is actually not that far off on this monitor from DomyFan. Very impressive. Confirm that it will work without any additional power. Now we're going to test out the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck and see if we can run both without a battery. Okay, so we have the Steam Deck connected to the monitor as well. Now this is a 1920 by 1080p, and it does actually work. You can hook up the Steam Deck to it without any additional power. Now if you do want to power up, you can hook up a battery pack to another free port and then be able to charge the Steam Deck. Okay, so we just plugged our plug in, and now you can see it is charging. I don't know if it's going to trickle charge or if it's going to actually work, but confirm Steam Deck does work. Okay, just like that, the Nintendo Switch connects just fine as well. Keep in mind, I do have external power. And also, when you connect the Switch like this, you're probably going to need a controller for it to work. Let's unplug the monitor and see if it'll still work. Now it's actually showing up on the Switch. Will it show up on the portable monitor? And survey says it does not. So you do need additional power to run a Nintendo Switch. This is not uncommon, as the Switch does charge at, I believe, 10 or 15 watts. It does have like a 45 watt brick, but this cannot supply enough power to the monitor because it does not support Thunderbolt 4. This supports a slower USB. And there you have it. Once again, the Nintendo Switch does connect via USB-C, but you have to have a little bit of power trickling into it, be it a battery or a wall charger. You don't need a lot, but you do need a little bit more juice. Other portable monitors also do this.
Fit me.